Hey, what's up, guys? Boxing with B. Today, if you woke up early enough around 5 a.m. on the West Coast, you were able to catch Nonito Donaire versus Inoue 2. Now, this fight did not turn out like the first fight. It didn't go to decision. If you missed it, I'm going to tell you now what happened. So, I think I expected Nonito to go in there and kind of look the same as he did the first time. I was completely wrong. Inoue, the monster, oh my gosh, he just really showed that he has growth, he has the ability to adjust, and he can fix any errors that he might have had in the first fight. This fight only took 2 rounds. He didn't let it go to decision. He didn't leave it in the hands of the judges. He went in there, and even in the first round, Nonito Donaire looked like he was trying to land the left hook. He was trying to get inside and kind of close the distance, but at the same time, Inoue was just ready for it. It just seemed like he did his homework, he put in the work, and he was like, I'm not going to go to decision this time. He was explosive. He dropped Donaire in like the last 10 seconds of the first round. Nonito comes back for a second round, and in that second round, he is dropped. And even before that, it just seemed like every power shot that Inoue landed, it affected Donaire. Donaire's back leg started kind of wobbling. He was able to catch himself, get his balance back, but the referee was watching. So when he touched the canvas, he called it off. It was over. Inoue took that win. And one credit to Donaire for even going the distance the first time. Inoue is no joke. He is the monster. Every time we talk about him, he fits his nickname. He is a monster in the ring. Look at what he did against Jason Maloney. When they went in there, Jason Maloney is a great fighter. Steps in there with Inoue. He takes any challenge presented to him, but Inoue just destroys him. And he goes back to fight Donaire a second time. And this time, instead of it going to decision, Inoue basically showed the growth that he had. Okay, I made these. Maybe he underestimated Nonito Donaire the first time. Maybe he thought, oh, I'm fighting an older guy. His reign is over. I don't really have to do much. But, he was shocked, I guess, to see that Donaire was able to go the distance and really put a number 2 on Inoue's face, I guess, compared to other fighters that have fought him. Credit to Donaire, for even wanting a rematch with Inoue and stepping in the ring and, just trying to give us a performance like we always see Donaire. So credit to Donaire. He is a legend. As far as him hanging up the gloves, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Donaire should finish here? Because honestly, in my opinion, I think he still has the option in his corner. He can decide if he wants to continue or if he wants to hang up the gloves. Either way, if he stays and he wants to fight a little bit more, maybe not against Inoue, but against other fighters, we just saw him knock out a champion. So to say that Donaire is done, I would be satisfied if he said, I'm going to hang up the gloves. But if he doesn't and he continues, I still think he can still, he still has a few fights in him to take on some of the competition in that division. But against Inoue, I would suggest not. As far as Inoue, I think we saw growth. We saw him in the first fight to decision, but he just showed that against an older Nonito Donaire, he didn't let it go past 2 rounds. He went in there, was explosive, and basically said, I'm making a statement. Nonito Donaire is a great champion, but I'm going to go in there and finish him early, and he did. So credit to him. That was a great fight, great matchup. Ended earlier than I think I expected. I don't know if you guys expected it to go the distance or past 6. Let me know what you guys think or what you guys thought was going to happen, but I thought it was a good fight. And as far as last week, what we saw this past weekend, Devin Haney versus Kambosos. George Kambosos out in Australia. There was so much that led up to it that basically sold the fight. All the not the controversy, but all the lead up, the build up of Haney going overseas. There being a rematch clause already. Bill Haney not being allowed to go over there for whatever reasons happened with the visa issues or anything like that. But then the climax too is it's the night before the fight and Bill Haney is able to show up in the corner. So it's kind of like a no excuses thing. Then you even had Kambosos show up overweight. Not by too much, but still, he didn't come in making the weight the first time. Lost it real quick, got back on there, made the weight. But in the ring, I mean, did you expect that fight to turn out the way it did? Were you team Kambosos or were you team Haney? Let me know in the comments below. I think Haney put on a great performance. I mean, I think he looked very mature in the ring. He was smart. He was trying to move out of the way. But Kambosos was trying to get his rhythm and he just couldn't. I mean, it just looked like Haney was too fast for him. In the rematch, when it happens or if it happens, how do you guys see that turning out? Do you think that Haney can go in there and basically put on the same performance? Do you think he has his blueprint? Or do you think Kambosos will go back and put in the work and see maybe things that he did wrong? Maybe he didn't put on the pressure enough. Let me know what you guys think below. But as far as that fight, I give credit where it's due. And you know what? Kambosos is a gentleman. Like they say, boxing is a gentleman's sport. He went out there and he said, I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm not even going to say it's the weight. When they ask him about the weight, do you think it's this and that? No excuses. It's his moment. I'm going to let him cherish his moment, live his moment. And you know what? Credit to him. Like he was the better man. So that was it's always great to see when the fighters can talk all this talk, sell the fight. And at the end, it's like, hey, you were the better man tonight. You were the better fighter. You took it. Congrats, champ. That rematch is set to happen in Australia. I mean, personally, I think you already fought once in Australia. Why not bring it to the States now? I mean, I know Kambosos has fought in other territories all the time, but I mean, you already had one fight in Australia. Bring it back to the States and take it back if you want. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys okay with that rematch happening in Australia again? Or do you guys think it should happen out here in the US? I mean, I think they already agreed, though, that it happened in Australia with the rematch clause and all of that, but I'm not sure. I guess things can change. But on another note, head over to Instagram and be sure to follow me on Instagram at boxingwithb. Make sure you check it out. I'll do some giveaways, things like that. We have a few Boxing with B keychains and stickers, things like that. So you'll want to be on the lookout to see when the next giveaway is. If you guys want a keychain, let me know. And lastly, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next Boxing with B. And if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you don't like this video, you can still hit the like button.
Fight!
Breaking news.
This is the guy that's going to give him the biggest fight.
And then guess what?
Boxing
Fight!